All right, so we are at the Tiki Bar in Barbados, and we are talking to Anna Didier. How you doing, Anna?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Good. Now you have a studio, Lush Brush Barbados, right? So how long have you had that studio?
It's probably about 2 years now. 2 years.
Now you have an English accent, so I'm assuming you're not from Barbados originally. So tell us your background. How'd you get into the arts?
Yeah, so I grew up in the UK, just outside of London, and I did a degree in art and teaching at Exeter University. So I did that 4 years there and went straight into teaching. And I kind of left made my art dormant for a while. And then I'm now in Barbados. That might be a long story, I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good story. You're in a perfect. We've got a beautiful beach here, and to do art lessons in a tiki bar, right there, you are. Now, the tiki bar for most people, rum is one of the things they have the most here, and it's a beautiful spot right on the beach here. So now, how did you come from England to Barbados? If you can shorten it up for us, how's that?
Okay, so I came out here on holiday, and the classic thing. And then I met a local, and then I got married. Actually, I'm on my second marriage, but they're both Barbadians, and so really I've been living here now for about 17 years. I tried to escape and go back to England, sold everything. Didn't last very long. I turned around, spin my tail. 6 months I lasted in the UK, and Barbados called me back. So
Right.
I'm here.
It must have been the winter 6 months that made you want to come back, right?
Actually, yeah, no, it was Easter time, but it was still little bit too cold. I got too used to the Barbados sun here that I liked it too much.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So now, tell us what goes on. So you hold these paint nights. That's what we call them in Canada, as paint nights. And everybody kind of comes to the bar. They pay so much, and then they get a couple cocktails and they paint along with you. So how did you start that?
Actually, the day I arrived, I left Barbados to try and resettle back in the UK. Came back to Barbados, and I had no job. I had no teaching job, which I had here in Barbados before I left. So I landed in Barbados, and I had my teaching degree and my love for teaching, and also my love for art. And the two of them came together, and I actually had a phone call out of the blue from some girls who were trying to set up a paint night. They weren't artists and they weren't teachers, so they needed me, and I was willing. And I did a few months with them, and then one of my friends whispered in my ear. She goes, "No, you can do this by yourself." And I'm like, you know what? I really can. So I ended up birthing along with the help of my friend, who is an entrepreneurish, has her hotel business here, and she helped me sort of birth it. And I call it a birthing because it's together both my gifts, and I feel my talent, and coming together. And I really do feel that this is one of my loves, and I feel free when I do it.
Okay, great. And do you have a studio? I mean, I was on your Facebook page and website, and your studio's listed as a tiki bar, which is not a bad thing. I'm just thinking it's probably hard to hang a painting with no walls. So, do you have an actual studio or a place where you sell your art?
Well, my home is my walls. Every time I do a theme each week, I actually find another hook on the wall, or I put one in and I just hang them. So there was a time when a lady came in, and she said, "Oh, can I see your work?" I said, "Well, it's all here." And she took I'll have that one, and that one. So my home is my wall for my artwork for now.
Right, right. And so now you were saying you paint a theme, and I see that you put the themes up. So how do you is there a way that you choose the themes, or do you just go by what you feel like painting that week?
Okay, so the main goal of Lush Brush is to offer perhaps a tourist or a local a theme which is Caribbean or Barbadian. That's my main goal. And so I'm always searching online. I look all over for different themes, and I really do take the suggestions of my regular Lush brushes. And it could be from a seahorse to a hibiscus to a heliconia, or a beach scene or a sunset. Once it has that Caribbean theme, the idea for my heart for Lush Brush is that they take home a piece of Barbados in their suitcase, and they can have it on their wall as a reminder of the Caribbean and a night out.
Wow. And you do this every Tuesday. Does this go on all year long or just when I'm here? Or how long does this go on?
Well, it's every Tuesday if the people are booked. Once the people are booked, I literally live over the road of Tiki Bar, so I would like to say I walk here, but I do have my paints and brushes and easels to drag, so I do drive over the road. So it's perfect convenience for me, and it's just convenient, and yeah.
So I know that a couple times I've seen you painting turtles. I think last week you were doing Bathsheba landscape when I was here. What's the theme for tonight?
Well, actually, it's a sunset with the silhouette of. They're not palm trees because I find I've repeated the palm trees, but we have a hammock. Some paintings, like with paint nights in the Canada or the US, are sometimes generated that they repeat themselves in similar styles. And I do peep into them, but I do try to have my own, because I have my art work in my own sense. I have an Anna Didier painting page as well for my own art, which sells. That's a bit dormant because I'm so busy painting the themes. So tonight is a sunset with a silhouette of trees with a hammock.
Well, we have a beautiful sunset. So now, do people have to bring any materials, or do you bring everything for them? How does the paint night work?
Basically, they bring themselves. That's it. And an attitude of hoping to have fun and be positive to just really take home a good piece of work.
And now, do they have to be professional artists? You're a professional artist. I'm a professional cartoonist. But do you have to be professional? Does it matter what level you're at as far as painting goes?
Funny enough, I actually prefer complete and utter beginners because there's not much expectation from them, and they listen better. But any level of art, I have some artists in their own right that come. And they enjoy themselves because they zone out. They have a couple of cocktails from the Tiki Bar and they zone out. And they really don't. They're just happy to just be by the beach, watching the sunset and enjoying the environment and just painting in their own right.
You know, it is. It's magical to even just be sitting here. Never mind painting here. It's a beautiful thing. So now, people overseas, can they book before they come down? If they know they're coming a certain time, can they book ahead and say, I want to come for these 4 Tuesdays or something?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have a Lush Brush website, which is the lushbrushbarbados.com, and I try and put the themes up ahead of time, and you can email me and contact me through that. And then really, to be honest, the best way is the Facebook because you see the photos and everything is more recent and it's interactive all the time. So you can actually book through that. And there is the website. The email is the lushbrushbarbados.com. Hotmail, actually. So.
So you've got the website, which is the lushbrushbarbados.com.
Yes, that's right. And,
okay. Yeah. And what about Facebook?
So Facebook is the Lush Brush Barbados again.
Okay. And is there anywhere else they might see you on social media, videos? Do you have a YouTube channel or anything like that?
Actually, no, but there's a thought.
There you go. I think you could be doing this, and we could be following you from Canada in the dead of winter, although I'm here in the dead of winter. Listen, I know you've got a class going, and I know you're busy. Thank you so much for taking the time. It's been a pleasure to talk with you.
Lovely. I'm actually really chuffed. It's a very English word. It's chuffed. If you're not sure, look it up. But it means that it's a privilege. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Anna. Appreciate that.